What's the worst thing about you?
I'm looking forward to this. Your what?
My balls.
All right.
My
Hoosier Sophisticate Radio.
They say that God forgives the man who tries, but they've never been to Baghdad, never heard those mothers cry. And when I lay me down to sleep, will he take my soul to keep, or will he cast me out into the deep? 'Cause he ain't a fool to fall for roses made with white shoes.
Okay, welcome back to Hoosier Sophisticate on WGNU, WGNU920am.com. And we just played that song, and now we got we're in a little bit of trouble, a little bit of copyright infringement, because the person who wrote it is actually on line one right now. And he is mad. Wiscombe.
He is super pissed.
Yeah.
Super pissed.
Wiscombe, what's up, buddy?
What's up, dude?
Hey, well, last time we talked to you was Memorial Day, our big Memorial Day weekend show, and it's been a little while. So how was your summer? Let's get started there. What do you got going on?
Oh, man. Jesus and Mary have been good to me.
Nice.
It was good. Nice and warm, and did a little bit of traveling and playing, and yeah, so things are going good.
Right on, man. What is coming back, man? Your music, that talking about soldiers and mothers crying, and that's kind of been a central theme of this second hour. We just got back from a pretty heavy conversation with Kelly Kennedy. What does Veterans Day mean to you, man?
Oh, I think for me, it's just, man, it's just remembering the guys that I loved, that are brothers to me. Some that are not here, most that are here, and just trying to remember the good times more than anything. I think that, like Seth and I, we had a hell of a lot of good times.
Oh, yeah.
And so just trying to remember that, and, it's because there's a lot of good that comes with the bad too. And I think if we do that in anything, trying to focus on the good, that's not saying don't, to ignore the bad, but, focus on the good. And then that's what I try to do.
Definitely. Andrew, thanks for joining us again, brother. That song White Mache is that's awesome, man. I love hearing that every time. I sometimes struggle with the, now that I've become friends with a lot more veterans and kind of, put myself out there ready to mingle with some veterans, you know what I mean, Craig? Yeah. I always think, this thank you for your service. I think every veteran kind of has a different view of it and kind of what, and I think you can kind of tell whether people mean it from the heart, otherwise they're like, hey, thank you for your service. And it always kind of upsets me on social media. People are like, that's the one day, 2 days a year, I say thank you for your service, and it makes me feel good about myself, and then I can move on. How does that make you feel? Like, and I'm sure, I'm not asking you to speak for all veterans, but, personally, do it.
For me personally, I hate it. I loathe it, because what does it even mean to me? You know what I mean? Like, what personally, what did I even serve, And so it bugs me, but I know that people come from the kindest of hearts when they say it. They're trying to, or they're just culturally just used to it, and I'm not mad when people say it, but it hits a chord with me, because it's like, what does that really even mean? For me, I prefer, guys that I know, or especially the Vietnam guys, that just say, thanks for coming home, thanks for being alive. Because everyone means well when they go in. Everybody means well. Well, not everybody. There's some crazy mofos out there. But for the most part, people really mean well when they go in. Best of intentions, and we're not politicians, so everybody has the best of intentions in that. Soldiers, most of them. So I don't know, but for me, that's been a rough spot for me when people say that, and I just I just smile and thank you, but
leave me alone.
Exactly. I'm more of the guy, like, a lot of people are going out and trying to get every damn free meal that they can on Veterans Day. I personally like to just eat Cheetos and touch myself or something. Anything to stay out of public.
Can I come over?
Yeah, you guys are more than welcome.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I've done
Like
I've done the
and
free
Cheetos.
shrimp. The free shrimp at Applebee's a couple of times. I mean, it's lunch.
Your hands
Hey,
were tied.
everyone's got to do what they got to do.
Your hands
That's
were
the one
tied.
time a year I get to eat.
You got to.
So, Wiscombe, speaking of remembering guys, we talked to Kelly Kennedy at the 7 p.m. tonight. Very powerful interview. She's the one that wrote They Fought for Each Other, the story of 126. And, we knew some of those guys that came back after that deployment when we first actually met. So just tell us what you remember about that, and how that played a part in our training and everything.
Yeah, I won't say names, but I remember guys after coming from that. First of all, I don't know if you remember this, they were taking guys from our unit to go over there because so many people were dying.
Yeah, I remember. Well, they were taking volunteers. It was like
Yep, they were
day
taking
2.
volunteers, and then they just started grabbing people. And then when they came back, I remember some of the guys that came to our unit after, and just a couple of them I remember just passing out in the back, just like all kinds of crazy stuff. Just they just had a really hard time, and I remember that really just affected me. And I thought, here are these guys that, just the amount of people that they lost, it was just crazy. You know what I mean? And seeing the effect, the look on their face when they came home, that really shook me. I remember, and I was, you try to be Mr. Tough Guy, but it did shake me. And I thought, oh my hell, I'm about to go do this too, but it was just, but they were great guys. You know what I mean? The guys that I spoke to, and some of them I'm still in contact with, but it was just, you could really see, it was just this, nothing seemed safe or fair to them, at that point. And they were still active,
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, no, I could not imagine. And hearing stories like that and putting it closer to home, because that's the camaraderie thing is one thing that always, I played sports in high school. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah,
you're missing out on that.
Yes, man, and how the guys and gals, they care about each other before, after.
That's pretty much the only thing I miss is the camaraderie.
Yeah,
everything else I can really.
That's so neat.
Give two craps less about.
Andrew, you mentioned that you went on the road a little bit. You got any good stories from the road? I know you got a couple kids. I thought maybe I follow you on Facebook, and I thought maybe you were Cornelius. Who are you for?
Yukon Cornelius.
Yeah, Cornelius. Rudolph. Yeah, nailed it.
I have a sweet ass beard right now. It is pretty rockin'. I constantly, I'll post stuff on social media. No one wants to say anything about my music. They go, man, that's a killer beard. Always about the beard.
Now you know your next album cover.
Yeah, pretty sweet. So, but I got 2 boys, and we tend to travel. Sometimes they'll go on the road with me. I did a few shows in Idaho that they went with me.
Oh, very cool, man.
So I just got back from the Bay Area and had a fun show and got to meet with some Bohemian Grove people. It was pretty sweet.
Oh,
I got Illuminati. I let them kiss me on the mouth.
That's the only way in.
It's the only way in, guys.
I let anyone do that, whether they're Bohemian.
Well, you're the
Grove
Bohemian
or not.
Grove now. You don't even know.
It creates a bond, like a trust.
Now,
but it was cool. I got to go out there and meet some great people, and I've had this song that's releasing on Sunday, White Mache. I've had people like, James Taylor's brother, and just some of these people that have heard it and been impressed, and it's going in the Bohemian Grove circle. So if they got to penetrate me, that's cool. I'll take it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Just whatever we got to do.
Emotionally, right?
Emotionally, yes, of course.
Andrew,
If the FCC's listening, he means emotionally.
Yes, of course, FCC.
that's how I got
How
on
are
the
you tonight,
show.
FCC?
Now, do you treat your kids like some roadies when they're out there? How old are
Put
they?
them to work.
Oh yeah, I put them to work,
Good for
and
you.
Hey,
if the FCC is there, of course I keep all child labor laws.
Well played, sir.
I remember when we came home and your child, he spoke like 2 languages at the age of 3 or something. He could juggle fire. I've never seen things. No, I'm not kidding.
You know, they get dumber with age. It's classic Wiscombe syndrome. So
Give them an instrument. You don't
no,
have to-
they're great. They're great kids, and they, you know, I'm kicking myself in the butt because I do speak Portuguese fluently, and I
my
thought,
people.
yeah, I am going to teach my kids this. All grown up. No, I didn't do any of that.
It'd be a lot
I
easier
taught
to
them
do
a
it when
couple
they're
words,
little.
you know,
Yeah.
things. They knew sign language and stuff, but I just.
My
wish
mom
I
is
could come
Vovo
on.
to my son, so I get it. I get it. I'm fluent in Portuguese because I know that word. You know, she's grandma.
You sprinkle a few words on them too. They think you're like a magic man.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, "Whoa, you know 8 words in a different language? Look at you, Dad. Go
No
back."
bueno.
Yeah.
Crazy,
know
yeah.
that.
Hey,
People, you're smart, and it's like, nah, I'm pretty dumb.
Yeah. I peaked when I was 3, son. You'll understand.
You'll get it. It is all downhill after my golden birthday. I was done.
Yeah.
Man, you're one of our favorite guests on here. You're always so jovial. You want to play a little game with us? Can we throw you in the hot seat?
Let's do it.
Right on.
All right, Andrew, this is where we rapid fire. We each have 3 questions. We're going to rapid fire them at you. The first thing that comes to your head, and here we go. What's the worst thing about you?
I'm looking
balls.
forward to this. You're what?
My balls.
All right.
My baseball, of course.
All right, to play off that question, what's the best thing about you?
The rest
balls.
of it.
That's the only answer.
All right, there's a book or a movie of your life. What's the title?
Strange Brew.
Nice.
Brew.
That's
Oh,
a good movie.
And it got turned into a movie. Who narrates your life story?
Oh, Garrison Keeler.
Hey, knocking them out.
Yes. God, we are a kindred spirit. Well, if you were a car, what kind of car would it be?
VW bus.
Right on.
Right.
Low and slow. Well, what's the one song that you want to make sure is played at your funeral?
That's a tough one. Sexy Sadie, the Beatles.
Oh,
We just talked about that on the Halloween show.
Right on. Seth,
Oh, is it my turn?
it is.
Yeah.
Already? Okay, well, here's the most important question you'll
Hey,
probably ever be
man.
asked. Pancakes or waffles?
Oh man, pancakes.
Dump
Gotta go
'em.
with pancakes.
Dump 'em.
We gotta get 'em out of
Hang
here.
up on 'em.
Get 'em
Hang it
out of
up.
here.
All right, you can bring back any canceled TV show or sitcom. What do you got?
Oh, well, if the X-Files hadn't have come back, it would have been the X-Files. But now, Bonanza.
All right.
I didn't know the X-Files
With
was
the
back.
original
Oh yeah.
cast.
Oh yeah, it's great.
It's not bad.
Is it still Duchovny and Scully?
It's pretty good. Yeah, they're a little older, but
Dude,
makeup does.
Scully, she does something to my soul.
Still?
I tell
Is
ya.
she still
Oh,
bringing the heat?
she still
Come
looks
on
the same.
now.
Still.
Tickle you when you're 13,
All right,
not
Wiscombe.
tickle you now.
You can be invisible for a day. What's the first thing you
Oh
do?
no.
My balls.
All right.
Andrew nailed. He slayed the hot seat. That
That's
was
the fastest one.
Yeah,
That
for sure.
was-
There's got to be
That's
points given for
Yeah.
quickest answers.
We put people on there, and they're like, "Gee, let me think." When
Can
I
I-
was in 3rd
Who would
grade,
do
and
that?
we're like, "This is the hot seat."
Blake back here asked if he could get back to us. I'm like, no.
Yeah, Blake wanted to
Think
go
about
home, and think about the answers, and come back the
I'll
next week.
text you tomorrow.
All right, Andrew, we're running out of time here. Do us a favor, man. Tell us where we can find your music. If you have any dates coming out for all of our fans that are out west, they're bountiful. There's a lot of fans out
A
there,
lot of
so
fans
let them
in
know where you're
Colorado.
going to be playing. Hopefully, you're going to get out our way soon, so we can
Yeah, that'd be
we
awesome.
can party a little bit and sing along with you. Let everybody know where they can find your stuff and follow along with you, man.
Sure. AndrewWiscombe.com. You can find my music there. I've got a new song coming out Sunday on Veterans Day. So yeah, there's that. I've got a bunch of touring coming up in the next year, so I will be hitting probably every state. But as far as on the books right now, I just got a few through the end of the year here in Utah, Park City area. And but after that, check my schedule on AndrewWiscombe.com because I am going to be doing major touring all year. So
Utah just legalized,
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
they?
Utah and Missouri, dude.
How about that, baby?
High five.
Very nice.
We just gave you a ghost high five.
Yes, we did. And there are some hilarious memes involving the Mormon Church and the legalization.
I'd imagine.
We can find those on Andrew Wiscombe's Facebook, or you can drop them in the Sophisticated. We'll go find some tonight.
Yeah.
Andrew, thanks for joining us, man. You're always a blast to have on, and we'll hope to talk to you soon.
Hey, I wanted to say one more thing. Thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you very much.
He hasn't thanked me yet.
Jeez.
See you, Wiscombe.
Thanks, Andrew.
Hey, ciao. Thanks, guys.
He's awesome.
Don't say geez after it, Roman. It makes it worse. They'll be like, Steve's kidding. It's the reaction that makes it worse.